Chargers, your Halloween graveyard looks awesome for your Halloween party. I mean, this is amazing. Halloween party, what? The graveyard for Halloween. I mean, the Halloween party you guys set up? No, these are our injured players, man. It's our locker room. It looks like this every single season. Let them rest. I'll take that as an insult. I'm sorry. What's going on, Falcons fans? First place Falcons fans, Logan here. Welcome back to Rise Up Rundown, and if you're new here, welcome. So this was one of the more entertaining game previews I ever had to make, frankly, because whatever the Falcons are not good at is what the Chargers are good at. But the catch is, whatever the Chargers are not good at, the Falcons are good at. Interesting. So this should be a very entertaining game, and it really could go either way. On the bright side, the Falcons are home in this game, and the Falcons have been very, very good at home, winning every single home game except for Week 1 versus the Saints, even though we should have won. But yeah, we've been very good at home, and the Chargers do have to travel a long way. But just because they have to travel a long way doesn't mean that they're not going to bring forth a challenge. So in this video, we're going to preview this matchup starting right now. So we'll start with key additions and losses. And for the Los Angeles Chargers, it is just injury galore is all you need to know. I mean, it is just a graveyard every single time you look at this Chargers squad. Year after year, it just seems like every single year they suffer injuries. It is really sad. And I feel for you Chargers fans. Like, I mean, we kind of know what it's like to just not hold on to leads every year if it makes it any better, but gosh, like I can't fathom just anticipating a bunch of injuries every year, despite the fact that everyone always goes and says the Chargers have one of the best rosters in the league, and then it's like it just doesn't exist throughout the season. I'm really sorry about that, Chargers fans. But DB Jason Jackson is on IR. Joey Bosa should also be out for this game. Keenan Allen and Mike Williams and Joshua Palmer, they're all pretty questionable for this game. I believe Mike Williams is out. Keenan Allen, I'm not really sure, but I think he's out. Joshua Palmer should play, I think. I think that's the situation going on. I'm not really sure. But man, that's a huge blow for this Chargers team. And for the Falcons, they got Rashad Fenton from the Chiefs. I'll admit, I don't exactly know too much about him, so I guess we'll just have to see what he's like during this game. And Cordero Patterson is back. That obviously is a huge factor for us. Now, I think he is going to split a lot of the carries with Caleb Huntley and Tyler Algier, who have also been great, instead of Cordero Patterson getting the workload. But I mean, still, like Cordero Patterson coming back is pretty huge. So what are some things to watch out for? The Chargers still nonetheless have an incredible passing game. Justin Herbert, maybe not having the year he usually does, and I think he's still suffering some sort of injury, but still though, it's kind of been I don't know about a down year for Justin Herbert, but it's just not what he was last year, but he's still very good. He's got 2,009 yards, 12 touchdowns and 4 interceptions, which is honestly still pretty good. So yeah, you just got to watch out for Justin Herbert. He's one of the more respected quarterbacks in the league, and I respect him as a quarterback because, man, those deep balls and just those magic plays, I mean, it's remarkable what he does, and, you know, he's fun to watch. So Justin Herbert's a good quarterback. And then, you know, their receivers, if they play, obviously will hurt us. So if Joshua Palmer, Mike Williams, and Keenan Allen play, obviously that's going to be really huge. It thankfully for us doesn't look like that they're all going to play, so that is pretty huge for the Falcons. Because if they all played, I honestly would have just said that we lost, but it doesn't look like they're all going to play, so that's good. Now they do have some playmakers still. Austin Eckler has 380 yards, I believe, rushing, and then 357 yards on the receiving end of things, and he's just always been a good back. And Gerald Everett has been fine this year as well, getting 2 touchdowns and 305 yards. So they have playmakers despite all these injuries. So this passing attack, especially against this Falcons secondary, is probably going to be pretty good. So this Falcons secondary has got to step up, is definitely something that we should hope to see. Another thing that should break out for the Chargers is the pass rush. Joey Bosa doesn't look like he'll play, but Khalil Mack is still doing pretty good. He's still typical Khalil Mack, getting 6 sacks for the year, and the pass rush has a 28.6 pressure rate, and I believe 10 sacks for the year. Falcons offensive line has been kind of on and off this year. Like, some weeks they're good, some weeks they're bad. But yeah, this pass rush for the Chargers should be good, and this pass defense should still be all right because Marcus Mariota has been very inconsistent. Some weeks, like last week, he'll put up really good numbers, like, you know, versus the Panthers, got 3 touchdowns on his birthday, and then versus the 49ers defense of all defenses, he won NFC Offensive Player of the Week, but then some weeks he looks like he's supposed to get benched. So there's that, but then also the Chargers do still have some playmakers like Derwin James. So there's the pass defense for the Chargers. But what are some possible breakouts for the Falcons? Obviously the run game, because it just kind of can. Like the Falcons run game with Cordero Patterson, Tyler Algier, and Caleb Huntley. And Marcus Mariota is still using his legs. And even if he gets benched, I expect Desmond Ridder to use his legs. But let's be real, I don't actually know if Desmond Ridder's going to start this game. We keep thinking he's going to play, but I don't know when that time is actually going to come. For now, Marcus Mariota is still in. So yeah, this run game should be pretty good. And the Falcons offensive line during the run has been literally phenomenal. And the biggest pro of this all is that, I'm not even kidding you, but the Chargers have the literal worst run defense in the whole entire league. And I feel like it's been that way for like every year. Like I feel like every single year the Chargers suck on run defense. So that is huge. Like I'm pretty sure it's costed the Chargers some games due to the fact that they have a terrible run defense. So there's that. And then the other one is the offensive playmakers. And I say that because we could still get a good Marcus Mariota, and he could utilize Kyle Pitts, who's kind of slowly emerging as of late. He's gotten his 2nd touchdown last week and had 80 yards. So Kyle Pitts looks like he's emerging, and Damiere Byrd is really taking off right now. And Cordero Patterson could be a good receiving back. So we have some offensive playmakers that could do well, and the Chargers' pass defense also has let up 13 touchdowns, which actually isn't very good. So there's that. But what are some keys to victory? You definitely got to run the out of the Chargers. Like, if that's their biggest weakness, why not just test them? But I will say our biggest weakness is probably on the secondary, and you got to freaking step up on the secondary, please. Like, really, offense needs to click on all cylinders. We know the run game is probably going to be good, but what about this passing game? We have to have at least a very similar game to last week. You have got to step up on the passing game. Defense all around needs to step up as well. I think you need to bring in pressure for Justin Herbert. Believe it or not, the Chargers offensive line has actually had, I believe, a 30% pressure rate. So Justin Herbert actually gets sacked a lot, but the Falcons pass rush hasn't really been all that good. Lorenzo Carter and Grady Jarrett are making some plays, and so is Arnold Ebiketie, but we have got to step things up and pressure Herbert, especially if he's supposedly still injured. But also, the secondary, like, I don't even need to explain this. The secondary needs to have a good game. Like, yeah, I'm not even going to go over that. Like, they need to have a good game. But those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And other than that, I will see you guys with a video this Tuesday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern. Love and appreciate you all for the support. And as always, rise up.